channel. Today I'm going to be doing the pregnancy tag. I've seen a couple people do this and I really wanted to do it just for fun. I have my list of questions here and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright, so number one is, how and when did you find out you were pregnant? I found out I was pregnant in September, early September. I think it was the 6th. Could be the 9th. I'm not completely sure. But I found out by taking a home pregnancy test at my house with my parents. I have a whole video made about how I found out I was pregnant and everything else. If you guys want to go check that out, I'll link it below. 2, how did you feel? Every single emotion you could think of, I probably felt. I didn't exactly know what I felt. I was like sad, happy, excited, terrified. I don't know, I felt everything and nothing all at the same time. 3, how old were you? When I found out I was pregnant and when I got pregnant, I was 16. Around 2 months after, I was 10 or 11 weeks pregnant. I turned 17 and I'm 17 now. How did you tell your partner? I told my partner probably 5-10 minutes after I found out. I had my dad go get him from work and he came to my house. We came down to my room and I told him that I was pregnant. There wasn't much to it. There wasn't anything big that happened. We just talked about it for a while and agreed that keeping it is what we wanted to do. 5, did you wait 3 months to tell people why or why not? We told people right away. And it wasn't actually me who told people, it was more my mom and my dad. I told them, they told my grandparents, which I was really thankful for because that was the biggest thing I was scared of doing, is telling my grandparents that I was pregnant. My mom kind of told the rest of the family. Me and my boyfriend, we told his parents. And I messaged a few friends, which if you guys want to know how they reacted, I'm going to be posting a video about that soon. Is this your first pregnancy? Yes. I've never been pregnant before. I've had lots of pregnancy scares before, but I've never actually been pregnant before. Do you want more? Yeah. Pregnancy hasn't been that great, but I also love children. I love babies. This pregnancy has come with a lot of ups and downs, and I'm ready and prepared to do that a couple more times. I want 4 babies, which I know is a lot, but I have a sister and a brother, and I hate that there's only 3 of us. Me and my sister, my little sister, are 3 years apart, almost 3 years. I was 3 a month after she was born. And when we were kids, it was great. I mean, at first I was very angry and did not want to be a big sister. I wanted to be an only child still, but clearly I didn't get my way. But we became really close as children, and I think around the time I turned 9 or 10, that's when we started being at each other's throats all the time. I never wanted her to hang out with me and my friends because we were maturing a little faster than her, which is understandable. But by the time I was all about boys and all that kind of stuff, my sister was still at a let's play house, let's play Barbies stage, and I couldn't deal with that, so we didn't get along. Now I'm 17 and she's 14 and we get along great. And then my brother is 7 years younger than me, and me and him always got along great. I want to have 2 children close together and then wait a while and then have 2 more children. My biggest craving this pregnancy, I don't know, I crave quite a few different things. Like one day I'll like really be craving pickles, like I need it or it's the end of the world, and the next day I'll crave like ice cream or like chocolate or something spicy, you know. It all kind of depends on the day and my mood, and if I'm feeling nauseous or if I'm feeling lazy. It kind of just depends on the day. The best part about being pregnant would probably know that like there's a human inside of me. Like I'm growing a human life, and like I already feel like me and my child are so bonded. We seen the baby kick the other day, seen and felt the baby kick, and it was just the most magical moment of my life. I've never been so happy and so grateful for anything in my life before. I just love the bond between mother and child, and even before the baby's born, like you have such a strong bond, and I think that's what I love most. The worst part about being pregnant, which actually I didn't realize how many awful things about pregnancy there was until the other day when my friend, who I haven't talked to in a while, texted me, was like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh, it's pretty great. She's like, oh, how's the pregnancy going? And I was like, oh, it's great, you know, other than the fact that I listed off everything that was awful about pregnancy and was like, oh, wow, that's a lot. But I have to say that the worst part about being pregnant is the fact that I cannot sleep at night. I had such bad insomnia before I got pregnant, and now I can't get comfortable because you can't lay on your belly or like your back to sleep, and that's the only way I slept. I can never get comfortable, and the second I do get comfortable, my baby thinks that it's playtime and needs to kick me in the bladder. So I always have to pee. Sometimes I get really nauseous at night, or like I'm tired, super exhausted, but for some reason just can't sleep. My legs have started swelling up. I also can never catch my breath. I feel like I'm always gasping for air. Will you find out the gender, and what do you want? We are going to find out the gender. We're actually finding out in 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. We plan on having a gender reveal party, which I might actually film and upload on here. I'm also hoping for a girl. I've had this feeling since I got pregnant that it's a girl, but my boyfriend's family had all boys. Do you have any name ideas, and what is the story behind them? So we have names picked out. Our girl names. The one that we are really in love with is Bailey, Jesse, Charlene, Politis. And then for our boy name, we have Theo, Chris, Roy, Politis. So Politis is clearly my last name, which is why the baby will have that name. For all of our names, we wanted to have one name from my side of the family and one name from his side of the family. We wanted to name our kids after someone in our family. For Bailey is just a pretty name, which we also wanted something pretty and then a name from each of our families because we really like the two middle name thing. So Bailey is just a pretty name, Jesse is my mom's name, and Charlene is his mom's name. For the boys, Theo's just a pretty name, Chris is my dad's name, Roy is his grandpa's name. So yeah, those are our names, and those are the stories behind them. Do you have a birth plan? No. I'm 18 weeks along, so I haven't really thought of a birth plan yet. My mom told me that when we go and view the hospital that I'll be delivering in, because the place I live doesn't do deliveries anymore. You have to drive an hour away to deliver your child. So when we go and see that hospital and learn a bit about the hospital, we'll have the chance to write down our birth plan. The only thing I know so far is that I'm getting an epidural. I suck at pain. I have no pain tolerance. I used to get really bad period cramps and I'd start crying and thought I was dying. And now I have to push a baby out of my vagina and I am terrified. Will you breastfeed? Yes. I love the idea of breastfeeding. I feel like it creates a stronger bond. I plan on breastfeeding, but my mom, when she had me, she had issues with breastfeeding. Her boobs got so filled that her milk ducts got clogged, so I'm worried that I might have the same issue, but even if I do, there's always formula. It's not the end of the world. Do you plan on working or being a stay-at-home mom? I'm not completely sure right now because I've definitely messed up a lot of opportunities I've had here in my town. If I'm able to get a job in my town, then yes, I plan on working a couple months after I have the baby. If I can't find a job anywhere, then I'll just be a stay-at-home mom. Will you make your own baby food? No. Baby wants to try it out and see what that's like, but it's very time consuming and I just don't have the time or energy to put into that. I do want to try cloth diapers though. I know it's not the question, but I've always wanted to test out cloth diapers, so probably when my baby's around like 6 months old or something, then I will try out cloth diapers for like a week or something just to see how that goes. They really intrigue me, so I want to see how that would work. Do you have a nursery theme or idea picked out? Yes. So I have to share my room with the baby because that's the easiest way to do it, and the only spare room that we have at my house is upstairs in between my little brother and my parents, and I just don't think that's fair on anybody to have them being woken up by a screaming, crying child in the middle of the night, especially when my brother still goes to school and my parents work on weekdays. So the baby will be staying in my room, and I want to do an entire little corner area of my room completely Disney themed. I love Disney. I hope to God my child loves Disney, so we're going to give this baby Disney everything. All Winnie the Pooh, hopefully, but I'm not completely sure yet. And that's all of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my videos, I'm trying to upload as frequently as possible, at least once a week though. So if you want to see any of my upcoming videos, press the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.